Okay, so we know that there's other people in other countries that decide that they want to control life. They say when someone has a baby that they have the right to say basically you can or can't have it if it's a male or female gender. And there's nothing wrong per se because that's how they feel, that's their set of values, and that's their moral background. I'm not here to deny or discuss about what others do. But I do want to bring up the idea of how I guess nations should look at that, and that is when it comes to a question of is it alive? Let's first answer that question. Okay, when it's conceived and the two things happen to make it become form one, and it goes through its cycle, what do we say that is or isn't considered life? Because the process of what is happening is that cell attaches to the side of the wall and it grows off of the food and nourishments that are provided and inputted from another source of another being. So in the scientific world and realm, we can sort of pretty much say that if you had a leech, the little black thing, the little bloodsucker, and you stuck it on your skin and you let it suck the blood, it would basically sit there and suck the blood out of the host until it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, in the scientific world, could we or could we not classify this as being the same thing as a leech? Because in a common practice, that pretty much would be what it is. Because a leech, or most leeches, would have to have a source of substance or a source of nutrients to gather its life from. Here, in terms of baby language, is that it has an umbilical cord and it's attached to the wall, and basically it gets its air, oxygen, blood flow, and anything else that it needs through this, without getting too graphical. Therefore, when that happens, to be considered life, if you were to cut the cord at any point in time, and it were to say sustain life, meaning keep a heartbeat, take care of itself, nurture itself, get food, water, and be able to support itself, that means that is basically, in them terms, what I would consider basically life. I haven't put a big deal of thought into that, but them are three things that would be somewhat important for, in a baby world, that would be somewhat important for basically being in a living case, whether it's living or not. So if you couldn't reach those things or couldn't have those things happen, then basically it won't be able to sustain life. Then how can you consider it basically being living or not living off of something or something like that? So the debate to that question is that if you were to abort something, that would be considered a murder. So we'll have to voice that one on the next segment.